future Nicholas here. I hope you enjoyed last week's episode, and here comes part 2. Hello and welcome to Sip Away. I am Nicholas, and together with my co-host
Inga.
we are here to talk about everything and nothing. But I remember I just had you put money in your phone card and you just had that amount of money, and then when it ran out you could not do anything else. So at least you were safe for overspending. But I also remember back with those phones, like all the Sony Ericsson and Nokia and of that time, was everyone would have a different kind of headphone jack. So if you had a Sony Ericsson, you could just use Ericsson headphones, and the headphones would also act as a radio antenna, so you could actually listen on all the FM radios on your phone.
Yeah.
Which I kind of miss. I know we have Spotify, but of course Spotify is good because you have whatever songs you want and whatever, and YouTube and so on.
Yeah.
But you still have to decide what you want to listen to. When it was just the radio, you had 3 stations, and then you just toggle through them, and whatever was playing was what you was listening to. So you kind of took away that kind of deciding thing.
I do think that they have online radio apps.
Yeah. I mean, of course, and you need an app and so on, and then you need internet. But it was kind of nice when it just was in your phone. So you just connected your headphones, and then you were there.
Yeah,
you didn't need internet or anything else.
I'm just curious because I remember that the iPhones used to have it. The app for the radio.
Yeah, I think probably most old phones used to have it.
Let me check if they have a default app for the radio. Yeah, they don't have
Because I know Apple and the Apple Music or whatever it's called nowadays, we still call iTunes. I think they do kind of a similar subscription service as well, like Spotify, right? So,
but that's crazy because I still have iPad that I bought when I was 18, and it's still working, and I didn't set it up with new music since the time that I put when I was 19 and I put some music. Because first of all, to put new music on it, I would have to reset all the settings because I don't have a backup. Who would care about backupping your device? I'm not a backup girl.
I mean, I would argue that backupping your device is really important. So if you
know,
guys haven't
laughing.
do it, you should do it. But yeah, back then, definitely. No one does it.
Note, Nicholas is a backup guy. So the most messy person and the most organized tech person having this conversation. Love it.
But yeah, now for backup, if you can have it at 2 different locations, 2 different mediums, then you're fine.
I remember when my phone broke down, I called Nicholas, obviously not from the broken phone, from another phone, and I was whining that who would thought that you're supposed to have a backup of your pictures from 5 years? And he told me he has to, so...
Yeah, I mean, you never know what's happened, right? That's where you back up. So if all of you listening have not backed up your photos, go and do it.
And also, good advice. I know that in Sweden, iCloud is only 35 crowns per month, and it's worth it, I guess. I don't know, I feel very sentimental with my pictures and videos and stuff, so it's not a lot. It's a bus ticket, so yeah, do it.
Yeah, exactly. Today, it's so many easy solutions iCloud, Google Drive or whatever, so you don't really have to go into and do it yourself. But if you want, you can always build your own NAS as well, right? So, but it, like you said, it's 35 crowns, very easy, already on your phone.
Yeah, and you don't have to do anything, and it's.
And I actually have to say, sometimes you kind of get some good surprises from them as well. Because I used to have, or still have, the Google One, which is kind of the equivalent of iCloud, but for Google. And I got a message the other day, and they were like, yeah, now as a Google One subscriber, you actually, for this tier, you kind of get free access to the paid Gemini version as well, their AI bot. And I was like, oh, cool.
For free?
Yeah.
How many months?
I think it's just included now in their storage tier.
Oh, that's nice.
I think. Don't quote me on that one, but I just got a message you have this tier of storage. Here you have free access to the paid version of Gemini. And I was like, oh, cool.
So what do you
really
think
fun.
Right now when you compare ChatGPT to Gemini? What is your opinion about it?
I mean, to be honest, I don't really do a lot of tasks that are like, very heavy or hard like
Consuming, yeah.
that. So I found both of them being like very responsive, and I kind of like ChatGPT in a way that you can kind of do projects on the side.
Yeah.
So I can have different conversation about different things and always go back in them. I know that Google also kind of knows them and can do different threads. I just found it a little bit harder to kind of keep track of them and organizing them. On the other hand, image generation and stuff I think is a little bit better on Gemini. So I don't know. I wouldn't say that I'm a favorite of one. I like going between both and asking both, to be honest, sometimes when I'm
No.
not really satisfied with an answer.
I think for me, Gemini has much natural responses. Like they're more, I don't know, digestible, and like they don't sound as much as ChatGPT. Whatever they're creating, from like CVs to emails and stuff. The only issue I have with Gemini, for me, it was working very, very slow and giving answers not as fast as ChatGPT, because I think ChatGPT is just like, phew, and you have the answer. With Gemini, for me, they were like thinking about it a
I
bit.
think now they have kind of like gone up as well. And I saw Apple actually made a deal now with Google, so now a lot of the Siri intelligence is going to come from Gemini. Which hopefully is going to make our iPhone a bit smarter, because so far the Apple intelligence has been not the greatest success of our time.
I haven't tested out.
That's good.
I was born to, I don't know, smell flowers, read books, not live my online life. No, but like the older I get, the more I appreciate the time I'm not on my phone, and like,
Oh yeah, agree.
right now I feel like we have to do so many tasks online, like work related, and checking email. Like I remember back in the days when I was like studying or something, I wasn't checking email daily. Or like, okay, I would check it once per day. Right now, it's like, it's natural for me when I check my phone, I check email few times per day, because yeah, some of the people, like people do not contact each other through the phone anymore. Like when it comes to like job hunt or some like volunteering or something, it's mostly email. 90%. And then like obviously when something is like super urgent, they will call you, but like,
Yeah. I mean, you get a bunch of emails, right? And you get so much spam emails as well. Because every time you want to do something, like you just want to buy something, now in Sweden, I don't know if it's so in Poland as well or not. Like in Sweden, you have this system at a lot of bars and nowadays that you have a QR code, so you can just scan that and then you can order from your phone.
yeah.
But that will also generate more emails, and then you will continue getting emails from them as well. It's like, it feels like whatever you do today, you just get a bunch of email. And I would say, of all the emails I get, like 99% of them are just useless spam.
Spam. How many emails are you getting daily?
Ooh, I mean, it totally depends, right? Like, but on a regular day, I would say like maybe 15, 20 random promotion emails. And that's like after I've tried to unsubscribe to a bunch of things. So like when I see something, I'll try to unsubscribe for that. And then like if you go to like, weeks like Black Friday or stuff like that,
Oh my God,
it's
that's crazy.
crazy.
I'm just checking. Just the spam emails that I got today, from today morning. Obviously, I guess it's Monday, so some of the companies are sending more newsletters and stuff like that. But just, it's like old people and 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 the computer. I think, how many do you think I have? I think I have at least 30.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, they build up so fast, right? All those different
Yeah, because it's like, okay,
spams and stuff.
different grocery stores, and obviously, part of me would want it to unfollow, but sometimes they have a good offer. So yeah, yeah, I follow some of like the cooking websites, and some of the recipes are nice. Then I took part in some webinars, or I bought, like as you said, I bought something in like a electronic store, and they have my email, because obviously no one is reading terms and conditions, and when you have to do the mark, you automatically marking two things together. So yeah. And then you have a bunch of spam and you get like 30 emails that are not even relevant to your life.
Yeah, that's extremely annoying. Like so many emails and you don't really need any of them at all.
Yeah.
You're like, what is this? Why are they sending this to me? Please stop.
24.
24, okay, yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, 24 of like just stuff that I went to my bin and I checked how many I removed because like I tried to clean my I'm trying to be good with my email too because I'm always getting annoyed when I can't find stuff. At the same time, a fun fact about me, I'm dating a person that used to have 15,000 notification on the Gmail of not read messages. 15,000.
Wow. Yeah, that's a huge number.
Yeah. At this point, whenever he was refreshing to like clean it, apparently it was more than 15,000 because not like Google has a thing that like they archive some of the old ones. So whenever you're refreshing, it brings up more old stuff. So you end up in like a perpetuum mobile of unread emails.
Yeah, no, I mean, a few months ago, I just went through my email account. I was like, you know what? I will go and delete things I don't need. Like, I know I've just like read a bunch of, advertisement, all like, plane ticket confirmations, hotel confirmations, stuff like that, maybe start them so I can see them. But of course I don't need them. So I was like, you know what? I will go through my emails, delete everything I don't need and just keep the things I really, really need. And I think I ended up deleting like 6,000 emails, something, with just like random things I don't need. Everything from, like old advertisement to a bunch of like tickets confirmation for a plane like 3 years ago. Like, that's not needed anymore. It was very useful then, and it was there. I could find it, I could travel. But 3 years later,
I would say that like it's a good thing to declutter your life from time to time. I think it gives you a bunch of like mental space, and you don't even realize how like having mess around you and like all this extra things is just taking so much out of
I
you.
agree. And I think starting with like things like emails is a very easy thing to do because you don't, it doesn't look messy around you. You can do it on your phone. You can do it on your way to work. You can do it whenever you have time.
Yeah, exactly. But like sometimes, like it's obviously it's a dreadful task, and there's a bunch of other stuff to do. But
100%. But like you said, cleaning your photo gallery when you're playing and stuff like that. I think it's kind of the same with emails. If you just have some time and you're commuting, traveling, things like that, it's a very good time and opportunity to do it.
Yeah, 100%. As we talked before, we started podcast. Right now I'm in a really, I would not say hard time because it's not hard, but like I'm in a spot that is like, it's cold outside and it's dark and I'm having a hard time doing things that I have to do and my motivation is low. This winter took out all of the energy out of me. Like I'm not as energetic and excited about everything and I don't have so many ideas and stuff. So yeah, I just have to chill, take it slow and whatever.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What would you say are the thing or things that makes absolutely no sense to still be happening in 2026 but are still happening?
No sense.
Yeah, like you go there and you're like, why is still like this? Like we have 2026, we have all this technology, we have everything around us, and somehow something is just done in a way and you're like, why?
I feel like I'm good with that. Like you ask me right out of the spot, but generally I'm really good about bragging about that one because I'm always saying that like people try to civilize Mars and we are still doing some stuff. I know. When it comes to like job applications, and around 80% of the job applications that I'm applying for, they do not have the rejection emails. I never get got rejection from right now. By today's day, I applied to 479 jobs.
By the way, that was not what I thought you would say when you say applying for jobs. But continue. I will come back to that.
Yeah. So from 479 jobs, I probably got a rejection email from like 50.
Yeah, that is frustrating.
And it's like, does it take so much from you to set up automatic replies to all the candidates that applied? Because I spend the time, sometimes even like up to 30 minutes to answer your ridiculous questions, and you still cannot be like, oh, we are thanking you, the opportunities are laying in front of you, but not this time, bye-bye.
Yeah, exactly. Like the ghosting, it feels like if you look between LinkedIn and Tinder is like a good race on who's ghosting more.
Yeah, I think I wasn't never ghosted as much on Tinder as I was on the job market.
But yeah, like talking about the job market and annoying things, the one that annoyed me the most and almost like, why? How can it even be this in 2025 when I was looking for a job was, when you got to apply for a job, you start and then it's like, okay, can you please upload like your cover letter and your resume? And you upload your resume and then you go to the next page and it's like, now you need to fill out exactly the things you have in your resume, but in our fields over here to just put them manually into the system and add your education again, add your experience again. I'm like, but I just uploaded my CV. Wasn't that the whole point?
I'm sorry, but this should be counted as a first step of recruitation. Like going through stuff like that. Because it's like, it's extra effort and what's not.
Yeah, and they ask for the CV as well, right? So they already have all that information, but nope, you have to do it manually again in their system. And it's not like a lot of companies use the same one. It felt like every company just had their own. So every time you want to apply for a job, it was like, uploading the CV and then spending like 15, 20 minutes to kind of just paste exactly the same thing that's are written on your CV in their application platform.
You know what I heard that was kind of interesting, but like that's on the other side. That is like it's happening because it's 2026. Is that back in the days when our parents grew up or when our parents started being adults, people had different houses. You had a bunch of like different interior design type of styles because the internet wasn't such a big thing. So you didn't see on Instagram how other people have in their houses, and the houses didn't look like copy and paste.
Yeah, but I think you still had like magazines and stuff, right?
Yeah, but it was still like, I think it was more down to like you would have to be kind of creative, have a vision, or like hire someone.
A bit, but I think you're still like following the trends. Because like even today, if you walking through a museum and looking at pictures and you see a living room, you're probably going to be able to say that, oh yeah, this is decorated in the 50s, this is decorating in the 70s.
Yeah, but by the furniture style.
Yeah, and everything around it, right?
Yeah, but like I do feel like a lot of Swedish apartments are copy and paste. In general, like not just Swedish, but like the apartments that I see on Instagram.
No, I know what you mean, right? You see so much more on Instagram and everything.
Yeah,
and you do it. But you also have like the opportunity to buy so much more. Like just imagine, I don't know, a rural town in Sweden or maybe Poland, like in the 50s. You maybe had like the 1-2 stores there, and then everyone would just buy the same things anyhow, and they would look like the magazine because you couldn't really order so many different things anyhow. So I think everything was just on a smaller scale, but I think like if people wanting to show that they are trendy or in fashion, and style department has always been a part of their life. Even now, of course, it's much more available, but I think like people reading designer magazines and stuff has always been a thing.
Okay, I have a question.
Go ahead.
What is the gift that you would want to get that is a bit on the ridiculous side because it's like so simple, or just like, I don't know, just so like it is super basic, but it's super hard to get, but like you would want it to be gifted that. For example, I can give you my example.
Yeah, let's start with that, so we know where
the
we're walking with
gift that is ridiculous that I would want it to get. I would want someone to give me like this medical pocket for testing me and doing all the tests and scans and whatever, like a 100% from every angle health checkout. I feel like I'm that old that I would be actually excited if someone would be like, oh, this is a voucher for 3 days in the hospital when they're gonna do the röntgen, blood work, some insulin and stuff like that.
You know what? You should just take a tip out of the series we used to watch, the Extreme Cheapskates, right? You should just sign up for some kind of like medical trial or whatever, and then they would do all the results and scanning and stuff for free.
I think Salgrenska and Karolinska are running the tests. Like
Yeah, I mean, they're going all the time, so
yeah, that's my
you know, why not? Then you can get your presents.
Yes, yeah. No, but like I don't know. I feel like when you're sick, it's easy to go get diagnosed. But like if you're not super sick, but like you still feel like your health has minor inconvenience, it's hard to pin it down, because at this point I don't want to go to the doctor because I think they think that I'm like hypochondriac or something.
Yeah.
Especially here in Sweden, when you have your medical journal and they can read before the visit what like stuff the other doctors were diagnosing me for, and I'm like, oh yeah, she's been I don't know, trying to get diagnosed with problems with insulin or like stomach issues or something. It's like at this point she's just crazy. And I don't know, I would want it to like, I don't know, someone to check me out from every single angle and tell me, yeah, you're okay.
I mean, not a crazy gift or something, but an unusual gift I think that I always like to ask for and getting when I can is, Maltesers, right? They have the chocolate with a little biscuit inside, and so on.
Yeah.
And we have them here in Sweden, of course, as well. But they tend to do, in England, they do some reindeers for Christmas, and then they do some Easter versions as well, some bunnies. So I always like those. I don't know why. I mean, technically the chocolates taste exactly like the Maltesers we have here, but it's something that makes them much more fun and tasty when they come in a Christmas or an Easter version.
Okay, so they do not produce them outside of Christmas and Easter?
No, like, at least from what I know, right, when I've just seen, like, the reindeers, like, of course they do, like, before and after whatever is left.
Yeah.
And, nowadays you have seen how it is, they start selling Christmas stuff so early, so, I mean, you can argue that you could probably find them in, like, September, October, those... Yeah, people start selling decorations way too early. True. And the same one with the Easter ones. But I don't know, it's something, even though it's exactly the same chocolate, it just feels, for me, much more interesting when it comes in different packaging. I think the power of packaging in that way.
I think your problem could be easily resolved if they're going to start produce something in the summer, because then you're going to be secured for like, if they're selling Easter stuff 2 months before and then like a month after, then... in the middle of summer, 2 months before, a little bit of after, then you come to the Christmas and it's like,
yeah. I mean, I'm okay. I don't really, I don't really need anything in the summer. Then it's too hot anyhow. It's more like it's one of those presents that's just kind of fun to ask about and it's a bit more unique, I would say. Like, maybe not really what you would expect, I guess.
Okay, did I pull a string a bit today? Because I had to when I was sitting at sofa.
Oh no, I mean,
are we on the enemies, friends, enemies, frenemies?
No. I mean, welcome to. You're a guest over here, so take whatever you want.
It would be kind of funny if someone would ask me, oh yeah, you're not friends with Nicholas, what happened? I ate 2 reindeers.
Yeah. You know what?
What do you mean?
If you just eat 2 reindeers, who cares, right? I have them out there for a reason, for guests to have. But on the other hand, if we were out doing podcasting all day and I have been talking about the last one that was there, and you'd really know I wanted it and then you took it, then I would be angry. Like just taking 2, they're there to take. But if someone is like...
there is the intent behind it.
We are out, we're going out and I've always been talking about, what, when I come home, it would be so nice having that last reindeer. But yeah, it's just one, but have thinking about it for a few days. I think that creates a totally different scenario, right?
Okay, then question following your story. You're at work and you have like, let's say taco leftovers at home. Because taco leftovers are really good leftovers, right? And then Emma is working from home. And you guys do not communicate during the work time. And in your head, you're thinking, I had a really, really bad day at work. I'm gonna come home and eat these taco leftovers. And then you're coming home and you find out that Emma already had it. And like on the way from work home on the bus, you were like, that taco leftovers, that like nice guacamole, and then like other salsas and stuff. And then she had it for lunch. Is it like tingling sensation of like disappointment?
I'm not disappointment because like you know they don't know that you wanted it, but yeah, I mean you're like, oh, okay,
I always
what do
have
I do
to
now?
hold myself and remember that they didn't do it on purpose, because it's like
Yeah,
for me
exactly.
it's always personal.
No,
It's like, especially when I am thinking about it, and I do believe like when I'm thinking about it and I'm not going to communicate my needs, it's going to be like, oh yeah, the person will forget and something, and sometimes they remember.
no, but I mean because you didn't communicate, right? So then it's more like it's a bit disappointing because you like thought about it. So then it's like, what is plan B then? Am I making the same thing so I can actually have what I wanted, or am I doing something else? But I think I kind of like talking about food, talking about all the different things. I kind of like being like, oh yeah, ooh, it's gonna be so nice having this and this. I probably tend to mention it a few times. It's the kind of the thing when you just have lunch and you start thinking about what you want for dinner.
I'm that type of person. That's why it's so hard to lose weight, because I love it. I love the whole process of thinking what I'm gonna eat and what I'm gonna make. And like I like cooking. Cooking is one of the things that is like, actually I don't have to be on my phone. I don't have to think. I can just put some music and zoom out.
Yeah, exactly. It's something about the freedom of it. Like you have the ingredients, you already know the recipe. Maybe you have the recipe, you're reading it off somewhere, and then you just you're concentrating. You're cutting maybe the onions or carrots or whatever you're cutting, or just looking at the reduction you're making or whatever. It's a really nice and calming feeling. I think I also really love cooking. So I would, like in the scenario you said, like, oh, it probably, unfortunately the taco leftovers is gone, but you know what? Then they're gone. And then it's another opportunity to make something else that's fun and interesting.
Okay, ask me what I'm gonna have for dinner.
Ooh, what are you going to have for dinner?
Stuffed chicken with gorgonzola and spinach.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah, I know. I can't wait.
Soon.
Yes. That's a perfect moment to wrap up because I'm hungry.
Okay. With that, she's hungry, so we have to go.
And thank you guys for joining us today in our little memory lane, memorabilia, and talking about past, talking about future a bit, or at least present.
I mean, talking about everything and nothing. So, yeah, until next time. Bye.
Bye.